So if you have a PCL injury, you need to watch this video because I'm going to show you a simple way with only 1 or 2 strips of tape that you can use to stabilize your knee, help you get back in the game quicker. So listen up. And a couple things before we get going. First off, you need to subscribe to Riley Rehab. Every single week I'm going to be coming up with new content helping you become the expert of your own body. Second, gotta say a big shout out to Connor McDavid. That guy is insane. He managed to rehab an entire PCL tear, a complete PCL tear with no surgery. For those of you who don't know, that means there's a ligament in your knee. It basically runs here and it stops your leg from going backwards in this direction. Usually you can't recover from that, but he managed to do it the old-fashioned way. Just go hit the gym, get your rehab team to work on you, and that's really huge news for people in the industry I'm in. But with that being said, let's get into the main topic here. If you have a PCL tear or sprain, first you do want to get checked by your medical professional, make sure everything's okay there. But if you are at the point where you are going to get back into your sport or your activity, there is one way you can tape it up that'll add extra stability, making it move more comfortably. All you have to do is get yourself a strip of K-tape or kinesiology tape. I personally recommend this brand, the InMotion K-Tech strapping tape. I can post a link in the section below. But what you want to do is you want to take the tape and you want to make sure you cut a piece that's basically good enough to go around your leg 1.5 times roughly. So if you kind of go around the whole entire circumference, you should be able to overlap about half of that circle of the leg. And once you got that, what you're going to do is you're going to fold the thing directly in half, just like this here. And that's going to be your starting point. This is where you rip. You want to rip the tape just going straight across in this direction here. Another quick side note, it might help to shave some hair out there just because it does make it a little easier to stick on. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to put it on the back side of your knee. So you're not going on the top part here, you're going on the bottom part here, right underneath the knee crease. And that would go right over top there, making sure you go dead center underneath there. Once you got this here, you're going to start by going a little bit up, and you're eventually going to go to the point right underneath the kneecap, starting with the side going on the outside of the leg, and pulling it tight there, making sure it's nice and snug. With this kind of tape, you can go very snug and it won't limit your ability to move. Next, you want to do the exact same thing with the other side of the tape to basically loop over there. This is a main part, and this is the main part that's going to hold everything together. The rest of the tape is just going all the way up. We'll start with one side. You basically pull the tape off until you get to the very end. And you can roll your leg up as much as you need here. This you can pull as tight as you want. This is mainly just to keep it all nice and secure up high, but most of it is coming from pulling it tight along the knee. You're going to do the exact same thing going the other way. So this is how it works. You start by taking your sheet, you put it on the back here, you loop over, and then you loop the strips over top each other, and then pull them up like this. What you should feel is you should feel like the knee doesn't want to go backwards. Because when you blow your PCL, you basically have a shin that goes backwards that you can't control as well. So you want to add some extra support on the back. This is going to pull from behind, stopping your shin from going backwards when you bend your knee. You want to make sure you can bend the knee as far as you need to and straighten it as far as you need to. And one other detail I'll mention too is if you want to reinforce it even more, you could do like what any pro hockey player would do and grab yourself some hockey tape as well. With this hockey tape, all you want to do is you want to pull a small strip like this. Cut the strip or rip it off, and then you're going to pull the strip over top of the bottom part of the crisscross where it goes up the knee, starting on the outside of the leg, because that's the area where most of the instability is going to happen if you just have a PCL tear. You pin it right here, and then you pull this all the way up. So all you're doing is you're basically reinforcing that point right here. You can pull it right there, and the harder you pull it, the more stiff it's going to get, and the more it's going to give that extra stability for you. The more it's going to give you that extra stability to keep your knee in place when you're running around. Make sure you jump around on it a little bit to make sure it isn't blocking your movement. But overall, this is the kind of tape job that'll really help if you have a PCL tear in itself. Really important, it's very common that you can have other injuries to the knee when you have a PCL tear. So make sure you get this checked out to know exactly what's going on. I'd highly recommend talking to a professional first, but this is a good starting point if you are going to go back to either your sports or your day-to-day life and you have this kind of injury. Anyway, stay tuned and I will see you next time.